Welcome, everyone, to episode 398 of the Thumbstick Athletes Podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
And I'm Will.
Today's topic, we're going to be talking about best of the Nintendo Gamecube. Me and Will came up with this idea last minute, just like we thought we would. We predicted that at the end of last week's episode. And I also was almost positive when we decided that we hadn't done this before. But today, for a very specific purpose, I went through our entire backlog to make sure we hadn't done this episode before, and we haven't done this episode before. So, congrats to us. I also had a backup plan if we did end up having done this before.
What was it?
I was just going to say it was a test. Gotcha. I'm glad you're paying attention. But we're still going to do this episode anyway. So, but
Perfect.
We're good. So that's going to be the main topic. I will also say I'm getting over a cold. So I'm going to try not to cough. I have my mute button ready to go, so if you have some silences, that's probably why. I've got water here to go, so hopefully my voice holds out. I've done a lot more talking than I usually do. So,
everybody's falling ill.
Yeah, everyone's fallen ill. So, Will, do you have anything you want to talk about for later on in the episode?
Yeah, I'll actually be talking about Far Cry New Dawn, Far Cry 5, and I should talk about my backlog challenge that me and one of my friends are going to be doing. And I'll probably mention a couple times this episode how excited I am for Devil May Cry 5. So
yeah, for those that haven't been paying attention, it's getting glowing reviews from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, last I knew it was a 90 on OpenCritic. It might be 89 now. Let me check real quick, so I can give accurate. 88.
Yep, it's pretty high. That's a great review so far. So
92% of critics recommend it. So a lot of the sites that I care about, which is mainly Destructoid, gave it a 10. So
yeah, the ones you've heard of gave it good scores.
There was some obscure one who gave it like a 4 out of 10 or something stupid like that.
Yeah. So someone who probably shouldn't have been playing the game in the first place.
Somebody who doesn't like the game, style of the game.
The only thing I have to tease for later on in the episode is I ever so briefly played Crackdown 3. So I will give some impressions on that. I didn't play it for very long, so I can't, give in-depth analysis. But just what I saw in the first hour or so that I played. I will talk about that.
I'm interested.
Yeah. All right, so let's get started. Best of the Nintendo GameCube. So I was remembering this, and I don't remember. Did we talk about this on Pond Hockey? I was remembering when I played a ton of MVP 2005.
Yep, this is Pond Hockey.
Okay. Me and Will released a Pond Hockey yesterday, so for those that are interested. I played a ton of that. Right as I moved into my apartment, I spent a lot of that summer after I moved in playing MVP 2005 on the GameCube with manually entered rookies and roster change people. Excuse me.
That was the one with Manny Ramirez on the cover, right?
Manny Ramirez on the cover, yep.
Okay,
to me, it was the most recent best baseball game I've played in a very long time. So that's going to be the first game on my list. I don't know if it's as fondly remembered by everybody as it was me, but I played full baseball games for almost an entire season. I created myself in the game. I think I randomized it somehow. I think I ended up a center fielder for the Florida Marlins, I believe.
Okay.
I don't remember how I got onto the Florida Marlins exactly. But yeah, I played center field. What a great baseball game. I just don't feel like they make sports games like that anymore.
Yeah, I honestly think that was the last baseball game that I enjoyed playing, and this is coming from somebody who has played the show games.
Yeah.
The show is, while technically really well made, I just didn't have as much fun playing it as I did MVP Baseball, 05 especially, because I, like you, Dan, would do fantasy drafts and draft different players. Like, I specifically remember having Alex Rodriguez on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Stuff like that, and just having a lot of fun playing that game and trying to quitting games if I wasn't hitting a home run with everybody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that game was so much fun. There was a lot of really cool modes to it as well. So
yeah, I'm sure I've mentioned that on this podcast before too, how much I played that game. Like, it was crazy. I had nothing to do. Like, I would go to work and then I'd go home to my apartment.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, worked a lot, so she wouldn't get home until late. So I would sit there play MVP 2005 on my GameCube. I'm pretty sure I had an Xbox at that point. Maybe even I might have even had the 360
Yeah.
at that point. But yeah, I just played MVP like ridiculous amounts.
And like we're not massive baseball fans.
Mm-mm.
We used to be, but like we're not huge into the sport, and we still played that game more than probably any other sports game we've ever owned.
Yeah, I would have to say so. The only one that would give it competition maybe for me is Eastside Hockey Manager.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the NHL games maybe would be the one that would give it the most competition because we played that more competitively with each other.
Yeah, for me, Eastside Hockey Manager devoured probably an entire winter of my life, and it's devoured.
You'd be able to watch games while playing Eastside Hockey Manager.
Yeah, I did a lot of things while playing Eastside Hockey Manager. So I had a nice setup. That was again in the early days of my apartment when my rent was dirt cheap, so I didn't have to work all that much, and I just played video games nonstop when I wasn't doing that.
So. And back in the day, what were you, 19, 20?
I moved out right before I turned 21. I was 20, so
okay, 20. Living the life.
Oh, it was great. That, like a lot of people look back fondly on their high school days, but probably my fondest moments are my early days in my apartment. You know.
Yeah.
Having all that freedom to myself finally, it was so fun.
Definitely.
So that's my first game. Will, what do you got?
My first game, and it's my most requested game to come to the Switch in a new iteration, is Mario Strikers. In my opinion, there has not been a sports game that has more intensity and aggression to it than Mario Strikers.
Totally agree.
And I say that, like, all of the Mario sports games are good, but I even would throw this into most of AAA sport games, too.
Yeah.
Something about Super Mario Strikers was insane. And me and my friends would play that game so much. I remember just playing it with, you remember Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Dan,
yeah.
Playing him, and I was, like, 14 years younger than him, and we would get into it over this game.
Yeah.
Like, it was that intense, that aggressive of a game. Me and my friends used to play it all the time, and I look fondly at this game more than any other GameCube game. There's one other one that we'll talk about later, but the game is incredible, and I think it's a travesty that we haven't gotten one.
It's on my list also. I also, you know what it is, Will? I think it's the blend of soccer and hockey.
Yeah.
It's the perfect blend of soccer and hockey because there's hitting in it, there's boards in it to smear your opponents into the boards. They made it on the Wii U. They made a Wii U one that was not nearly as good because they added motion controls into it, which were okay, but to me it took away from it. You know, I liked sitting there with the GameCube controller and playing it that way.
So I actually prefer the GameCube controller too, but I think as a whole, I might be remembering some things wrong with the Wii version, but it was more intense, as in the way like the ball was metal instead of it being a soccer ball. Okay. They added the ability to be able to change your defenders, so like you could have a Boo, a Monty Mole, and a Hammer Bro as your team, as opposed to just having all of the same character. So there were some really cool things in that game. But as a whole, like, I think Mario Strikers, nothing was more rewarding than when you would crush one of your opponents into the electric board.
Oh,
and they would just like go get shocked. As I said, like, that game I look fondly on more than any other game that I ever really had on the GameCube.
Yeah. Like you, I spent a ton of time playing that, and competitively, couch competitive.
Yeah.
Is a blast. And as I said, it's a perfect blend. You know what? It's like an early version of Rocket League, kind of, you know? Whereas Rocket League is a little bit, it's obviously racing, but it's a lot soccer and it's a lot hockey. And I think that's a good blend of sports. You know, you got the closeness and intensity of hockey with kind of the strategy and stuff of soccer. It's a great blend, you know? I think indoor soccer shares some similarities to that, but it's not quite the same. It wasn't as violent as Super Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
Could be.
And I like, to this day, I still remember what I would do to score goals, because I would choose Yoshi as my captain, And then I would have a Boo, a Monty Mole, and a Hammer Bro would be my team. And with Boo, what I would do is do breakout passes to him because he was faster than everybody, but he had a move where he could teleport.
Wow.
So he could teleport. If you timed it perfectly enough, you could teleport past the goalie because they come out just far enough and be able to kick it in for an easy goal.
Oh, I remember that now.
And I used to love doing that. And if I couldn't get that set up, I would do my Monty Mole underground move where he would go underground and come up and smash into the goalie and the ball would go flying out. And then I'd have Hammer Bro do a wicked like curve kick into the corner of the net. And they need, and it sucks because Camelot made it and they just put out a tennis game. So I don't know if we get another Strikers soon, but they need to bring Strikers to the Switch because that would be my most played game this year if that happened.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's too bad, Camelot, Mario Aces, Tennis Aces was not all that well received, unfortunately.
Do you know what's weird?
What's that?
I played over 80 matches last weekend.
Oh, really?
With my friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was lacking, what some of the other Nintendo games had. I guess it's a lot better now. It's a more filled out, complete game now than it was when it came out.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a little bit more filled out now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes that they put in, new characters and all that good stuff. So I would say it might be worth checking out briefly again. It's still a Mario sports game, so there isn't as much depth to it. So
right.
It's still like mechanically an awesome game, and it's super competitive with friends. So that's the good part about tennis. But
yeah,
that's it for my Mario Strikers spiel. I just look back fondly on that game more than any other game.
Yeah. So yeah, I should say too, when I came up with this idea, I was like, there'll be 4 or 5 games, that me and Will have roughly the same things. But then I'm like, wow, there's a lot of really good games on the GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube had one of the quietly best.
It really did. It's definitely up
games.
There. That said, I have a few standard games on my list, but there's a few standard games that are not on my list too. So.
Well, there's games on here that I haven't even played that I know are awesome. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Luigi's Mansion.
Yep.
I don't know if you have those, but
I have Luigi's Mansion, but I don't have a GameCube to play it on.
So. Okay, yeah. So it's just like those 2 games are awesome games. I had never played them though.
Yeah.
So and I just know people love them.
Yeah. Good luck finding Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance too. I think it's
under $80.
It's well over $100. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna check because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. No. Last time I checked on Amazon, it was like 140.
You're like,
maybe.
Ooh.
I think GameStop might have it sometimes, and it's in the hundreds usually. I'm curious too. So my next game, what is it?
255.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna find it for cheap anywhere.
The Wii version, the Wii game's $80. So
that's not bad.
Whew. But go on.
Yeah, Eternal Darkness.
Okay.
Did you ever play Eternal Darkness?
So I never did, but I know this is a game that people look very fondly on.
Okay, yeah, so it's Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. It was developed by Silicon Knights. It's published by Nintendo. It's a third-person perspective game, similar to like a Resident Evil. It goes through like periods of history, but the game also kind of messes with you as you're playing it, which was very weird. Like, it would tell you. Excuse me. This I probably talked about this before, but it's the game that would tell you, your save file has been corrupted.
Okay, so it does things to mess with you.
Yes, it does things to mess with you because it was a freaky game, and I unfortunately never ended up finishing it. But I would very much like to go back and play it because it was spooky and these events that happened through history like tied together at the end. Like I said, I only made it probably halfway through. I don't know why I ended up stopping. I think I got to a frustrating part that I couldn't get past, but.
Yeah.
It was quite good, quite spooky. Definitely a scary game. I would always play it at night with all the lights out too, so the weird stuff that would happen on the screen would freak you out even more. And like even though you're kind of like I knew that stuff was in there, and you're sort of expecting it, but the game kind of like lulls you into a false sense of security, and it knows right when to spring those moments on you to scare you the most.
Yeah. Which is a cool thing.
It's a very cool thing. I don't know how they did it, but as soon as you forget that that's in there, that's when they spring it on you, and you're like, what's happening? Or your screen will fuzz out, I think is one of them. There's a couple, too, where, like, I want to say there's things where, like, ghosts come out and just kill you immediately, and you're like, what happened? But it's really, like, just, sanity's requiem, it's your character going insane, essentially.
It's basically psychologically messing with you,
Mm-hmm.
which is a cool thing that I don't really think too many games do anymore.
It's a hard thing to
Right?
do. It's definitely a hard thing to do. I think of a game like a game that does it well is the one that just came out on Xbox One. The one that you got for Corey for Christmas. God, my brain is just mush right now.
Oh, Hellblade's the newest sacrifice.
Hellblade, thank you.
Yeah.
Game's fantastic, and it very, very, very well captured. Well, at least from what I understand, I can't speak to it but it captures that kind of going crazy. The way the voices in your head like tell you what to do and tug you in different directions. You can't tell what is what, and like they'll chatter and chatter and chatter, and then it'll get to overwhelming like in your ears. And then it'll get quiet, and you're like, "What's happening?" That it's quiet all of a sudden.
You're going crazy.
what's going on? It's so good, so well done. So similar ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eternal Darkness, great game. I would love to be able to go back and play it. I'm hoping the Switch comes out with GameCube emulation at some point. I don't know. So.
I was actually talking with my friend today because he's watching our house this weekend, so I was talking to him, and we were actually talking about how we were praying the Switch adds GameCube emulation soon because we want to be able to play some of these games. Because I told him that our episode was on this tonight, and we started reminiscing over the really good GameCube games that have come out.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was rumored before it came out. That was powerful enough to run GameCube emulation, but we haven't seen or heard other than leaks, I guess, from various sources that say it's going to be added to the Nintendo Switch Online at some point.
Man, honestly, the Switch has so much potential. If they added the NES, SNES, GameCube emulation, this would be an insane console.
Yeah, I would just throw my wallet at it and buy all the games.
Nintendo can just keep my credit card.
Yeah, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, just do it, please. But
what do you got next?
Yeah, game. So I actually got Mario Kart Double Dash.
Uh-huh.
Now, Double Dash, I wasn't really around for Mario Kart 64. I had played it after the fact, but Mario Kart Double Dash was actually the first Mario Kart game that I remember anticipating and being really into. They did a cool little change in this one, and that's where instead of riding with one kart, you ride with two. So you got to choose two people to race with, and I would choose Yoshi and whoever I wanted to, Mario, whatever, Waluigi, whoever you really want. And that was a really cool thing because you could collect two items at a time, and what you could do is swap between who was in the driver's seat. And that was a really cool feature. So you could just I always remember doing the straightaways and just constantly swapping between them. So they're going back and forth as kind of a taunt.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really cool game because they also put in a lot of really cool racetracks that I still remember very fondly to this day. I don't know if you remember, obviously you do remember Baby Park.
Oh yeah.
That it debuted in that. I remember Dry Desert, Sherbertland, which is also in the newest Mario Kart, DK Mountain, Dino Jungle. There's just so many cool racetracks to this. I know a lot of people say Wario Coliseum was another really awesome racetrack, and all of these were in there and came from this game. So I loved Mario Kart Double Dash. I would say it's my second favorite Mario Kart because Mario Kart 8 takes the mantle.
Yeah, definitely. I also really liked Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart Double Dash. I like the strategy of picking two different racers to ride and switching them.
Yeah.
And one could each carry an item too, so you could have two items with you, and that was definitely a lot of fun. So we've got a GameCube story in the chat that I'm gonna read now. So this is from obviously Chill, right? Obviously Chill. It says I bought my GameCube and got my first game, which is Pokemon Coliseum, and did not get a memory card, and I played it for hours and had gotten 75% through it. So means I left my GameCube on for 4 days straight. I came home from school and it was off, and I had to restart the whole game.
Oh my
I about
God.
threw the GameCube out the window.
I can't even imagine.
That's terrible. And I feel like that was something they didn't advertise that well, that you needed to have a memory card. It's been a lot of years, but I don't remember that being promoted that well that you need to have it. And I know it didn't come with one, right? You had to buy one separate?
Probably. I didn't even think about the memory card until reading that just now.
Yeah. Because it either had very little or no onboard memory. Might have been none. I think it was none. I think you had to have a memory card, right?
I think it was none as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
brutal.
tough.
That is brutal.
The question, he says none. The question is, did you start it again and did you finish it? I think we need to know that.
Yeah, or if it's one of those things where you
just say, screw
off.
it. Yep, I'm done. As I've had that happen to me before too.
I wouldn't blame you for that because that's tough.
Yeah. So next on my list, I'm going with Pikmin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Pikmin for me was he says of course too, by the way. Of course he finished it. So well done. I applaud your tenacity. That's such a huge Pokemon fan. Yeah. Pokemon Coliseum would be one of the games that would go. I never played it. It would definitely go on the honorable mentions list, and I know Eric would have it on this list because he loved that.
So actually, real quick before you get into Pikmin, I want to say Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Gale of Darkness are two games that I have also on my list because these were awesome. And it's funny because when I looked at like Metacritic for these games, like Coliseum scored all right, but Gale of Darkness did not. But the game was so fun, and it was like our first taste with 3D Pokemon games.
Yeah.
And I think the GameCube, they were a lot of fun and did them fairly well. So, we're now just starting to get a 3D Pokemon game again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Eric's favorites were Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, were those ones.
To this day that those are the best Pokemon games.
Because they're actually ambitious, all of those games.
Yeah, it does something different. I like the Pokemon RPGs. I just like that when they branch out into different things, you know?
Yeah. And I think Pokemon, as Eric said last week, has a ton of potential that sometimes they don't really go for it. But hey, I wanted to give the shout out to Pokemon Coliseum and Gale of Darkness, so I was glad, obviously, Chill brought them up to get those in. But
yeah.
Okay, go ahead about Pikmin.
Yeah, so Pikmin for me was I liked it because it was different. Because I had already been like a fan of strategy games when it came out. We spent obviously a lot of time in high school playing like Age of Empires, but it was kind of a console a console strategy game. It was just different. You know, you played as like Olimar wasn't it in the starting in the first one?
Yeah, I think it was Olimar.
Who's a space traveler. Lands on this weird planet, recruits these Pikmin to help him like gather his ship parts from. I don't remember what the story was. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you're in this weird, wonderful, like huge world, and you throw Pikmin at the world to solve puzzles, and they fight different things and move stuff for you. And it was always heartbreaking when one ended up dying and their little ghost went floating up.
It still is, even like in Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's sad. You always feel bad in Smash, you know, beating the crap out of Olimar and beating up his Pikmin. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, Pikmin's always a solid game. What was the last one? Was it on Wii U?
Pikmin 2. Pikmin 3 was on the Wii U. Yes.
Okay, that's right. I did play it on the Wii U. I just couldn't remember if it was the Wii U or Wii. But
nice. What do you got next, Will?
My next one, hold on, Mario Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, before we got on air, I said that there was a game that I wish a new iteration would come to Switch, and then a game that I wish would get remastered. And we're at the one where I wish would get remastered, Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
I think Mario Sunshine was a very underrated Mario game. And I think when it came out initially, people weren't huge on it, if I remember correctly, but I think as time has gone on, people have really kind of come around on it into it being like a cult classic sort of game, sort of like Wind Waker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we'll talk about later. But I think Super Mario Sunshine is a fantastic game. I loved the tropical feeling to the whole game, and I liked having the flood on your back and like spraying off the muck and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's where we got like Dark Mario too, as a character. And I just really enjoyed Mario Sunshine. It added a cool dynamic to platforming by being able to use the FLUDD to go from place to place. I think that was a really cool thing that they added in. And I remember really liking some of the level designs, too.
Yeah.
They were really cool and really unique. And actually, I had never beaten this game until I want to say either early on in the podcast or a little bit before we did podcast here. I actually sat down and played through it and beat it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic game.
It's also one I haven't beaten. It's also on my list. Excuse me.
Oh.
Man, I gotta get over this. My throat is it's like clogging up, and but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Super Mario Sunshine, not a game I've beaten. I played a lot of it back in the day. I own it now. We bought it when we rebought our Wii U, because I had heard that Wii U does GameCube emulation, but it turns out it's only with modding it, which I didn't want to do because my son likes playing Mario Maker and all the online stuff, so I didn't want to worry about that. But I have it, so I actually downloaded it because I own a physical copy of the game. So I have the emulated version of it on my computer that I'm going to play at some point.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm actually, because I've talked about doing this. I think I'm going to call it Conquering as a streaming series that I'm going to do, and I'm going to start with Mario. So I'm going to conquer many of the Mario games as I can.
Yeah.
I can get my hands on. So I've got my NES Classic, SNES Classic, anything that's on the Wii U. So like Mario 64 is on there. Super Mario 3D World, or 3D World. But yeah, I'll play Mario Sunshine on my computer because I have a legally backed up copy. I have a physical copy sitting right over here on the shelf, so I will not feel bad about that.
Yeah, no. And you know what? Nintendo makes it pretty difficult to play these games. So
absolutely, access is a huge problem with them. One of the things that I applaud Xbox for doing, and even Sony to a lesser extent, with Xbox is doing a lot of backwards compatibility stuff, and the argument is always, people don't like playing older games, which I don't find true. I love going back and playing older games. So
honestly, like these games that I'm talking about, and you and I have both covered, I would sit down and play all of them tonight to re-experience them again. So
DT Strike says Need for Speed Underground launch on GameCube and all systems, but that was the first time I played it and still hold it near and dear. Yeah, absolutely. I played Need for Speed Underground, but that was one of the first Xbox 360 games I got, actually. And that was one of the few games I actually got all the gamer score points for.
Yeah. And obviously Chill brings up SSX3, and I'm pretty sure Eric was a big fan of those games, right?
I don't remember if he played the GameCube ones, but I know he played Nintendo 64 one.
That one. Yeah, so Eric I know liked those games. I never ended up playing those games, but I hear people speak very fondly of them, and it's actually another one of those games that I have on my list for games that I never ended up playing, but have heard people speak glowingly about. So
yep, I played the first SSX also. I don't think I played any of them after that. Good stuff though.
There hasn't been a good snowboarding game since then, right? Really?
Probably, but not
Steep?
in our wheelhouse. Not
Maybe?
Steep. No, I've not heard good things about Steep.
I think I'm the only one that has ever been interested in Steep.
Yeah. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think there's... It's too realistic, it seems like, right?
Yeah, it is pretty realistic, actually.
Because it seems more fun to do crazy things with when you're snowboarding.
Yeah, definitely. And being able to just do it with ease.
So yeah, where were we? What game were we talking about even? Pikmin? Or did you have one? Oh, Mario Sunshine we were talking about.
Sunshine.
Yeah, no, great game. I would love to see a remaster also. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that would be fantastic.
Just a way to play it again, really.
Yeah, and again, if they launched it in its normal state on the Switch Online, I would be happy as a clam. I would buy it. I would buy it for $20 or whatever they charged. I would buy it.
Yep, same here. I'm actually watching gameplay right now, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have going up on the chat window.
But
my next game is Wind Waker.
Yeah, we gotta talk Wind Waker, definitely.
Yes, we do have to talk Wind Waker. And it's another one, Will, like you said, with Super Mario Sunshine, not loved too much. I think a lot of people didn't like the fragmentation of the world and having to sail from one area to the other. But it's a game that's aged very well. It's been HD remastered for a few different things.
Yes,
Tito, I'm sorry. I meant to do an exclamation mark. I've got too many things going on at once. I meant to say, hey Tito, what's up, dude?
Dan's talking and typing, and
Yeah, my brain's mush right now.
he's sick.
Yeah. But yeah, Wind Waker so good. I have it on my GameCube. I've been or not my GameCube, I'm sorry, my Wii U. I've been tempted to get the Switch version. Actually.
Is a Switch version for Wind Waker?
I think so.
Or is it Wii U?
Let me look it up because I think they released it for maybe not. No, I don't think I now that I think about it, I think I'm wrong.
Because I played it on the Wii U and I loved it.
Yeah, that was where I finally beat it because I played it a lot when it was on GameCube and I never beat it until it was on the Wii U.
I know now, like, Wind Waker is loved by, I think, unanimously at this point. But as you said, you know, when it first came out, people did not care for it.
Oh yeah, it's not on Switch.
They should honestly put Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on for.
Oh, a 2-pack.
For Switch, yeah, 100%. They should do that.
Absolutely. They have a chance to like print money.
They really do. I would buy both of them again.
Yeah. Yeah, Wind Waker is really good. My 7-year-old son is actually playing Wind Waker now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. I don't know if I said this, but he beat Breath of the Wild.
Which is impressive.
Yeah, as a 7-year-old. So.
Corey and Eric didn't even do that. I don't think. Or maybe
I
Corey
don't
did.
know. I think Corey beat it, but I don't
Okay.
think Eric did. I don't think Eric ended up finishing it. But yeah, he beat Breath of the Wild and also does a lot better job beating Ganon than I did or do.
Ganon was hard.
Way better.
Yeah.
So good on him. And he's doing pretty well on Wind Waker too. I'm actually surprised at some of the stuff he's able to do because that's a fairly difficult game.
Yeah. No, it's crazy to see how quick kids pick up the mechanics of anything.
Yeah, not side scrollers though. Not side scrollers because he played a little bit of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Couldn't get it.
No, much better at 3D games.
You know what? It's funny. I'm pretty bad at side-scrolling games too.
Are you?
For the most
Must
part,
be a
yeah.
younger generation thing.
Yeah, because you guys grew up playing it, I guess. Because I remember playing Mario 3 when, you know, on like the Wii and Wii U, and I remember our sister saying, "How can you play these crazy 3D games but struggle at Mario 3?"
Yeah. Well, again, I'll talk about not beating a Mario game. I have not beaten the first Mario. I've beaten Mario 2, Mario 3, Mario World, Mario 64. I did not beat Mario Sunshine. I don't think I've ever beat New Super Mario Brothers Wii. I don't think I ever beat New Super Mario Brothers Wii U Deluxe. Haven't beaten that one yet.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever beat Super Mario 3D World. So I've got a ways to go.
Yeah, so that's why you're going to be doing the new series, right?
Yeah, definitely. And one of them is to conquer not beating the first Mario. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's on the NES.
Yeah, it's on the NES
Switch,
Classic. Right? Oh, it's on the NES Online stuff too. So I would rather play it with the original controller though. It just feels so much better.
Yeah, definitely. Do we know if the NES Classic games on Switch work with the GameCube controller? Because
I think everything does.
Oh my god. Okay, that was secretly the best thing the Switch has done.
Yeah.
Everything working with the GameCube controller. I never have to game. That game with the best controller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's especially you play a lot of Smash.
Yeah.
I need to get back into Smash. I really do. I've gotten really rusty. It's embarrassing. But yeah, like that controller's just amazing, and it's like just made for Smash Brothers.
Well, it's funny you say I play a lot of Smash, and I have like 55 to almost 60 hours of gameplay. My friends have like 200.
Nice.
So like I can't even keep up.
That's me in Breath of the Wild. I've got 215. And I've been itching again, thanks to that article from Nathan Grayson.
There's actually 2 games that I've had a hankering to play, Breath of the Wild and Final Fantasy 15, and I'm only holding them off because I want to try and play the new games this year instead of falling behind like I do all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, we got a lot of games coming out now, but I'm sure there'll be a lull at some point where we can try to fit that stuff in.
Yeah, definitely.
The problem is, like, you could keep playing Breath of the Wild and not see everything.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's move on. What's your next game, Will?
So I'm going to do quick two shout out games because I never played them, but of course they're pretty important games, and then my next one on my list. But that's Paper Mario 10,000 Year Door.
Uh-huh.
I don't know I thought maybe you might have it.
Nope.
Nope. Okay,
We
'cause
have
I know you played it.
we
But...
have Paper Mario Color Splash right now, which was the Wii U one that people didn't really like, but actually it seems like a really good game. I haven't actually played it myself, but my son and daughter have played it quite a bit. So
Okay. I guess this Paper Mario is really good.
yeah,
It's
people
the
say that
first-
was the last good one.
Yeah, and it was the first Paper Mario, right? That succeeded.
The first Paper Mario
RPG?
was the first Paper Mario was on Nintendo 64.
Gotcha. Okay. So I guess this is the second one, but yeah, a lot of people really like it. And then the other one's Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah,
And I am amped for the new Animal Crossing that's going to be coming out later this year.
uh-huh.
Hopefully that's a summer title because I don't think I'll be playing anything other than Pokemon when that comes out.
Sure.
But next, this game dual released on Wii and GameCube, but we got Twilight Princess. And Twilight Princess, Dan, before Breath of the Wild was my favorite Zelda game.
Okay.
And I really want it to come to Switch so I can play through it again. But I loved Twilight Princess. I thought it was such an underrated Zelda game. It was a lot of fun. It was pseudo open world, which was a really cool thing because all the other ones were a little bit more linear. But like the Twilight Princess world, Hyrule, was fairly open. You could explore a lot of it, and I had so much fun playing that game. So, Twilight Princess would be my next one.
Yeah, I've got Twilight Princess it's the Wii version. You actually got it for me.
I did. I wanted you to play it so bad.
And I'm gonna play it because actually after I do Mario games, I'm gonna go to the Legend of Zelda games after that.
Yeah.
Play through Legend of Zelda 1, Legend of Zelda 2, the Super Nintendo one, whose name is escaping me right now because my brain is a foggy mess. Ocarina of Time.
Yep.
Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, which we also have on the Wii. We've got a lot of Wii U games. Good lord.
Yeah.
I bought my son plays both of those like occasionally. So
Yeah. It goes back and forth.
yep. Okay.
But,
I'm done with my actual list, so I'm gonna go through a few. These are probably on your list, Will. Metroid Prime.
So I never played Metroid Prime. That was like my last batch of games that are really good that I never played.
Okay, I thought you had played the Metroid Prime games. We had them.
So we had
One, right?
Prime 3.
Okay, because I know I played very briefly the first one. It just wasn't very much.
Yeah, I think I want to say I played maybe the third one on Wii, but I never got that far.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember why I stopped playing it, but I stopped playing it for some reason. It's a series that I want to revisit. They're supposedly going to be doing, this has been rumored forever, but a Metroid Prime trilogy coming to the Switch before Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Genius.
Obviously got more time to do that now because Metroid Prime 4 is not coming out until who knows when.
Yeah,
So
that's a genius idea for them to do, to up-res graphics or whatever, make it look a little prettier and put it out.
Motion controls too. I would love that.
Yep. Genius.
Mm-hmm.
I can do another one, the last one really that I can think of right now, but Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Huh?
Played an unbelievable amount of that game. I don't know what more I can say about Smash. I glow about it all the time. It's one of my favorite video game series. I've played all of them. So, Super Smash Bros. Melee, it's still played competitively in tournaments.
Which is crazy.
somehow.
And the funny thing is they still use the old TVs for those too. Because of there's very little input lag with those old TVs, or no input lag even. There's probably a little bit, but it's negligible. And there was a tournament with that had the Super Smash Bros. Melee, and they left one of the TVs outside before they came and picked it up or whatever, and someone thought it was like a bomb, like there was bomb stuff in it, because it's such an out of place sight in today's world to see one of those big old CRT TVs.
The tube TVs that were popular.
Yep.
With that like big glass screen that you would flick and yeah.
I did not play that much Super Smash Brothers Melee. I definitely played more of the first one, and Smash 4 is where I spent probably the most time, and then the most recent one I've spent a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's actually funny. I think there's a major tournament. It might even be Evo that dropped Melee recently.
Finally, yeah, I did hear that. I think it was Evo that dropped it.
People are mad, but I'm kind of like, well, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's Smash 5 especially is better than any other Smash game.
It came out 18 years ago. Smash Melee came out in 2001.
It's time to let go,
Let's
everybody.
let go. Yeah,
It's like the people who continue to play the first StarCraft repeatedly.
yeah.
Like I know you love it, but you gotta let go of the
Yeah,
esports scene for it.
Yeah, let's move on.
But
Sure.
yeah, that's pretty much my last game that I can think of.
Okay, I've got a couple. The first being Resident Evil 4. Also
Yeah.
very well received. It's also one I owned and only played a little bit of. I don't know why I didn't get to all these GameCube games. It's weird. Because I'm seeing them and I'm like, holy crap, I missed that. Or holy crap, like I didn't play enough of that. Like, it's not fair.
You know what, Dan? I'm starting to think that GameCube had the best games.
It had some really good ones. So Resident Evil 4 was one. Like I said, I own that and I played it a little bit. Luigi's Mansion is a game people love.
Yeah.
I didn't really know anything about it until recently. My kids watch, and I've talked about him before, but they watch a YouTube gamer, Zach Scott Games, who I'll give another shout out for because me and my wife watch his videos too. Just when we want something on the TV, we'll put one of his videos on because it's very relaxing. He's very chill. He's very chill. He's clean too, which is nice. Depending on what games he's playing, he always says his commentary for the games matches whatever game he's playing.
That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, so if he's playing Nintendo games, it's all super clean. It's fun to watch. So, but he played this game, so I've gotten to experience it that way, and it looks awesome. So I'm excited for Luigi's Mansion 3, which is coming to the Switch, I think later this year.
Yeah, I think so too. Looks pretty cool.
Yes, it does. I can't wait for that. F-Zero GX is one that's on the top of people's lists. Rogue Squadron.
Yep.
Rogue Squadron games are on there. Pikmin 2, which I didn't play. Soul Calibur 2 is on there. Tales of Symphonia, which I played and loved, but I played that on the Xbox 360, I believe. So that's on there. Will, you brought up Animal Crossing.
Yep.
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, actually, I just saw that right now, and I was gonna bring that up. Prince of Persia is another one that people love.
Beyond Good and Evil. I think that's
Yep.
multi-platform, but that's a very well received game. I have it on computer. I want to play it before the next Beyond Good and Evil comes out. Who knows if I'll get to it. And then one last one that I want to talk about: Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah, actually, good call, Dan. That game was awesome.
Yeah, that game was awesome. That was a very, very fun couch co-op game to play.
Yeah, I remember though, you guys were always just a little bit older than me by a lot, and I never got a chance to play that game with anybody. It was just me.
Yeah, we shut you out. I feel like we just didn't have enough controllers for everyone to play. Maybe we only had 3.
Well, when I'm like 7 trying to play it, and you guys are either in high school or starting college, like you're not around that much, so I never was like upset. But I never got to play with anybody, and I had to do everything like myself. So
yeah.
That game was awesome, though. I had a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah, it was awesome. So that's all I could think of for GameCube.
Yeah, we had quite a healthy list of games.
Yeah, and again, one of the reasons why we like to do this and revisit these game libraries is because I forgot about a lot of these games, and I'm glad we're able to go back and revisit them. I forgot about Super Mario Strikers. I forgot about Eternal Darkness.
Yeah.
And now they're games that if they come up again and they're available for sale, like I'll buy them.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. The only problem with a lot of these GameCube games, they're expensive.
Oh yeah, they would have to be released digitally, like on the Switch.
Yeah.
And then good luck trying to find like a good condition working GameCube too.
Yep.
The early Wii's play GameCube games, so if you can find one of those or have one of those laying around, a lot of people do. You can play GameCube games that way.
Yep. Which I didn't ever even realize that they stopped with new Wii's letting you be able to play older games.
Starting as the first model revision, they stopped allowing that, but that was I don't know. I'm not sure. I know the reason why is they wanted people to transition easily from GameCube to Wii. So, if you had GameCube games, they would play in the first version of the Wii.
Frustrating, though. There's no reason to stop that from happening. Especially the Wii. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally
Some of the
agree.
best Wii games were the GameCube games you could play.
True.
So, yeah.
The Wii also had a lot of weird, like, JRPGs that are really good.
That's true. They did. They had a hard time getting them over. I remember that.
Yeah, and the ones that did get over didn't sell that well, but they're on Amazon. I've got a like probably 4 or 5 that I want to buy at some point if they get to be low enough prices.
Yeah. You get to watch the pricing of them for a bit. Hopefully they drop.
Okay. Nibblebits.
Yeah, you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead. I honestly have nothing. It's been a tough week for preparation.
Honestly, there wasn't a lot of news, in my opinion. So a lot of this stuff is just going to be like kind of ancillary things I want to bring up. First being is that the Master Chief Collection seems all signs that it's going to be coming to PC. And I will 100% buy this for PC when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
I've actually had a hankering to go back and play the Xbox One version. I just don't know if I have it. I think I don't have it.
It's on Game Pass.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So I do have it. Looks like I can play it. Dan.
That's what I'm hoping. Like, if that comes on Game Pass, like I can already just download it on my computer and play it that way.
Yeah, and I don't know why playing Halo on PC just seems so enticing.
Yeah.
I can't figure out why out of every single shooter I'm like Halo to PC. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think it's the nostalgia we have for Halo.
But I could sit here and play it on my Xbox right now.
Yeah, but it's you feel a little dirty playing it on PC. It's that little taboo side of it.
Yeah, maybe it is the little taboo side of it that I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. That's the stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, it's like I'm terrible with console shooters. I can't aim. I'm an embarrassment. So I really just want to play it. I just want to play it on computer.
If they allow PC and Xbox One crossplay for Master Chief Collection,
we should absolutely do the campaigns.
Yeah, because like Dan, you and I can play on PC, and Eric and Corey can play on Xbox, and I think that would be an amazing time.
Yeah, I agree. DT Strike says the first Halo was on PC, and it absolutely was.
Yep.
And I think 2 was on PC also, but it was like a Windows 8 exclusive, I think, or maybe I don't think it was Windows 7. I think it was a weird Windows, maybe Windows Vista.
Okay.
So that's throwing it back. I think it's a Windows Vista exclusive, so you can only play it on that.
That sounds right. I remember it being on a weird operating system that nobody really used. Which...
I'm gonna look it up right now because I need to know. But yeah, Halo, the original Halo was on PC, and actually, I think it still has like an active community. It's not a huge community, but it's got an active community that I don't know if they keep it updated or what. But I feel like maybe even 2 years ago, I read an article about how the Halo PC community is still working on it. So,
man, you know what? Honestly, Microsoft just seems to be trying to throw all of their games on different stuff. They don't really care. They just want people to play their stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm actually really excited at the thought of Master Chief Collection coming on to PC. It probably won't be on Steam though, Dan.
No, that's okay. Now that I'm in the Xbox ecosystem, I don't care as much.
Yeah, you might as well just use the ecosystem that they're into.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to buy anything on it other than the Halo. But if it comes on to Game Pass, I'll download it and play it,
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, Halo 2 was a Windows Vista exclusive, so you could still get it for, $33. If you're one of those crazy people that still has Windows Vista running on your computer.
I don't even think Vista was
Windows Vista was universally hated.
Yeah, so I guess they just gambled wrong on the operating system that was going to take off.
I'm not sure, because Windows was it. I'm trying to remember the order it went. Was Windows 7 after Windows Vista?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because Windows 7 was liked, Windows 8 was not, and then Windows 10 is obviously generally liked.
Well, yeah, liked by the community.
Yeah. And if you're hearing the microphone go out and off, it's because I've been coughing that much. It's driving me crazy.
Dan's sick as a dog right now.
So
Yeah, so moving on to my next nibble bit is the director of the next Halo game has reiterated that Infinite will be coming to Xbox One. So I think there's been a lot of rumors going around recently that, the Xbox is going to be announcing their new console at E3. That basically the next Halo is going to be on the next console. But he said, no, that's not true. It should be coming to the Xbox One. I'm curious if it's going to be, we're launching it on Xbox One simultaneously with the new Xbox.
nice.
That would be my guess of what's going on. And then going with these rumors that's been going around recently, Microsoft is working on 2 Xboxes, which was the thing, but apparently one of the Xbox, which is codenamed Maverick, is going to be a discless Xbox One, which is coming out this spring. So
yeah, I was surprised to hear this spring. I expected, maybe that's a summertime or fall release, but
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, there's no reason not to have it. It's probably cheaper.
Yeah, cheaper. Why not? Pretty much people buy digitally anyway.
Yeah.
For the most part. I'm actually would be interested in upgrading to that at this point because the only hard copy game that I have for my Xbox, Dan, is Rock Band. So, and my Xbox, I don't know if Xbox is just super slow, but my Xbox runs super slow.
Yeah, mine's pretty slow too.
Okay, so maybe it's just a horrible Xbox interface, but
yeah, especially when you compare it to computer.
Yeah,
because I try to keep all my newer games that have a lot of loading and stuff on my solid state drive load super fast. Even Switch, I feel like loads stuff a lot faster than my Xbox.
Yeah. Well, my PlayStation was always 7 times faster than Xbox. The only thing my Xbox had over any other console was faster download
speed. Yeah, definitely.
That was about it. Next double bit is the Assassin's Creed Odyssey's first DLC is finished today. So I think it was episode 3 of Legacy of the First Blade is now out. So the first DLC's arc is complete. Play Odyssey, wherever you can, just play it, get it. You'll love it. I promise you that. And I know there's going to be more DLC coming to this game. I think Ubisoft is going to support this game for the rest of this year. And probably until the next Assassin's Creed game, which there was actually a huge rumor. I don't know if we ever talked about it, but Rome is maybe the next destination for the next Assassin's Creed game.
I would like that. I love Rome stuff.
Although Jason Schreier, who's on Kotaku, he's kind of like, in my opinion, the only journalist in games.
Yeah, he's one of the few, and he's got good sources for his information. So his leaks are usually fairly credible.
Yeah, and he usually can speak on the inner workings of what's going on with the game, and he's I think he, if I remember correctly, blew the lid off of the Assassin's Creed Origin because the Assassin's Creed took that year off or whatever, and he came back with the story of what the new one was going to be with some details, and it was actually right. He said, no, Rome is not where the next game is taking place, but he was very vague about it, so who knows where it'll be. I heard
he might not want to get his sources in trouble. They might have ways of figuring that out, so maybe he doesn't want to blow it up just yet.
That's true. Could be. Because I also had heard that it was going to take place in like a Nordic Viking sort of
that's right.
Too.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, so it'd be kind of like a Skyrim location. So either way, Rome I'm cool with. I know I previously had said no Rome, but I think I'd be cool with Rome. If it's going to take place with the Vikings, I'm cool with that too. I just want more Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Which I never thought I'd be saying again.
Everything happened. It comes around. It's a cycle.
I'm literally going to buy The Division because Ubisoft has been on point with all of their releases recently. Yeah. So, last 2 double bits real quick. Mario Tennis Aces is adding Dry Bones and Magi Koopa, a.k.a. Kamek. And then upcoming updates, I think Dry Bones is coming this month. Wait, you will win Kamek in April's tournament. Okay, so Magic Koopa is going to be the first one to come out in April's tournament, and then Dry Bones will be in May. So those will be when those 2 characters come out. So getting more characters to Mario Tennis Aces is pretty filled out with characters to play as, so it's pretty cool. Last but not least, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered showing up online.
Oh boy.
Weird that it's just a campaign, though.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird. I agree.
In my opinion. But I don't know if I would get just the campaign for that game, to be honest with you.
I never played it, so I don't know. I know I like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare campaign. I played that a lot. But
That's actually coming free for PlayStation this month.
oh, really?
The remaster. So that'll be out there. I think I would only wait for Modern Warfare 2 remaster campaign for it to be free.
Okay.
So that's it for my nibble bits.
Nice. How was your week?
Pretty good. I'm trying to think if I had anything. Our sister's home, so I've been
Yes.
hanging with her and her son.
She's
I taught him a little
home from very far away.
Yeah, all the way out in Canada. So I've been teaching Ryan to play some Smash Brothers recently. He actually won a game.
Nice.
It's funny because he was playing and like he's learning. He's 3,
Yeah.
whatever. So like he was I had it on level 1 computer, so it was not a lot of action going on. It was a lot of standing around and staring, and then like a movement here and there.
Uh-huh.
So I went to go grab something like food real quick, and I came back in and it was on the victory screen. He had won.
Nice.
I was like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
But what really
You might have missed mastery, you know?
yeah, like he had a stroke of brilliance
Yeah.
that I just missed. You know what really helped him? He was Ken.
Okay.
And the Street Fighter characters, Ken and Ryu in the game, always face their opponent.
Oh.
So if say the computer jumps to the other side where he's standing behind him, Ken will automatically turn and Ryu will automatically turn to face them. And that's how it is in Street Fighter games too. And one thing he was having a hard time with was going side to side when the characters would jump over him.
Yeah.
So that helped him out a ton. I was like, yeah, you should stick with Ken. And he was like, no.
Huh.
Start changing different characters. So he got a lot better as like we played right before the podcast, and he was actually like comboing a little bit.
Good.
So that's a lot of fun to see. I'm trying to think of what else, Dan. We're going away this weekend.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Just plugging away at school, work. I feel like I had something that I wanted to share, but I can't remember. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Okay. I've only got a couple things myself. The first being that I finally was able to watch the end of Jurassic Park World, the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I
Yeah?
loved it. Yeah. My son's seen it like 6 or 8 times already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. It was nice to, because I saw Jurassic Park Lost World, Jurassic Park 3. I didn't like Lost World or 3 all that much, but it was nice. I thought the end scenes, especially in Jurassic Park World, were super cool. I still have to see Fallen Kingdom, and then I'll be all caught up on the Jurassic Park movies. Probably when the the next one in the trilogy comes out, my son will probably want to go. He loves dinosaurs, so we'll probably be going to see that. As for what else, the Game of Thrones Season 8 trailer just came out. It's looking pretty good. My life is going to be empty after that's over. I don't know how I'm going to handle the emptiness.
I'm actually considering starting Game of Thrones soon, because it's probably going to be done by the time I'm caught up. So, figured why not? I'm waiting for it to be done so I can watch it.
Oh my god! If I could experience it again for the first time, I would just love that.
And like the thing I hate most is waiting to have to watch my show.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing it with My Hero Academia right now, and I'm just so upset that I can't watch any new episodes until October.
Yeah,
so it's just like
it's been
brutal.
almost 2 years too since Game of Thrones season 7 finished. No, maybe a year and a half. Maybe not almost 2 years, but it's been too long either way.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I mean when you're worried, you're not sure if you're still going to be alive when the show finishes, like or starts up again. Like that's a problem, you know. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, really, it's true.
I don't like to take chances like that.
You guys see the end of your favorite show.
Yeah. So it's a month and a half roughly. Yeah. No, about a month and it'll be a month and a week on Sunday, I guess.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I'm getting there with that. I feel like I had something else I wanted to share too, and of course I forgot to write my stuff down, so I don't have anything else. I don't think I want to talk about hockey. It's too frustrating.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of unhappy with how things are going right now too.
Yeah. So we'll get right into what we played.
Yeah.
I'll start because I played something new.
Yeah.
I played Crackdown 3.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was okay. I see why people are not giving it good reviews. It's pretty much the same as the other Crackdown games, and I get that.
It's funny because I was listening to a Kotaku split screen, and they were kind of like picking on the game a little bit, but they said somebody that they know really likes the game,
Yeah.
and he, I guess, likes Crackdown. So
Okay, yeah.
I guess like this game is fine.
It's fine. It's okay. Like the controls are fine. It's just the same as the other Crackdown games. They don't do anything different really from what I played. I only played about an hour, so I can't get too into it, you know. But it plays the same way as the other games from what I remember. I don't think I'll keep playing it because when I play my Xbox, like I have to get back to Red Dead. I just have to. Like I've had such an itch to play Red. I love Red Dead. I know you're not thrilled with it, but I really liked it. I've got to finish Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, me too.
There was something else I was playing. Oh, Anthem. I want to at least finish the story in Anthem.
Yeah.
If I leave that not playing it much longer, I won't go back to it. So I at least want to finish the story.
Yeah. My thing with Anthem right now is I'm gonna wait for it to get better, but who knows if I actually return.
Yeah, I mean I don't think it's not bad. It's just not really for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Crackdown's okay. You get to pick from a squad of different characters. And I didn't remember this, but the way you level up in the game is by like your actions. So, if you want to increase your acrobatics, there's little green orbs that are scattered all over like high areas that you need to climb up to or jump up to get those to level up your athletics. And if you want to be more melee fighting, you kill guys with fighting. If you want to increase your guns, you use your guns. If you want to increase your driving, you have to drive and kill stuff while you're driving. So that's kind of cool. It makes it so you're leveling up the skills that you're using.
So it's kind of like how Oblivion did their skill system. You're the ones that you use or what gets leveled up.
Yeah. Yep. A little bit like that.
I like that.
Outside of that, like I can't really talk much more about it. I only played about an hour, but it was fine. Yeah, like I said, if I was bored and didn't really have anything else to play, I might play it some more. But I have so many games going right now, or games that I have to play that I'd rather play those.
Yeah.
It's hard when I have Valkyria Chronicles 4 sitting in my Switch and burning a hole in my brain. It's hard to play something like Crackdown 3. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. There's better games that you want to spend your time on.
Yeah. It's not a bad game. I'm not going to say that. It's just uninspired, I think.
It looks like it was in development, Valhalla for a bit.
Yeah, that and like, there's been so many advancements in open world games.
Yeah.
That the same tricks from whenever the first Crackdown came out, 15 years ago or whatever, that's just not the same, you know?
Yeah. Well, this game might have been good if it was like a launch title.
Yeah, I think it would have been better received if it was a launch title. But when you have like The Witcher 3 now and Breath of the Wild now, so many good open world games, like Crackdown's not gonna. I would even put like Saints Row the Third, like it's far better and far more interesting than Crackdown 3.
That came out a while ago too.
Yeah, exactly. Saints Row 4 is a lot more interesting. So. And then I've been playing Valkyria Chronicles 4. I did not play a lot of games this week because I've been ill and going to bed a lot earlier than usual. But I did get some Valkyria Chronicles 4 time in. I still freaking love that game. I think I'm getting close to the end.
How many hours have you put in?
36.
Okay. That's actually not a bad length
for the game. I would guess I'll probably be somewhere a little over 40 by the time I finish it.
Okay.
So... Yeah. I think it depends on how many times you have to restart battles. If you do a lot of that, then it's obviously going to take longer. I've had to restart a few.
Is the game frustrating at all?
Not really. Not as frustrating as the other one.
So the first one I do remember being very frustrating. As much as I liked it, there's some times where I wanted to throw it out my window. Yeah.
Not quite like that, but there's some tough moments. But I feel like the characters are a lot better in this one than they were in the first one. So.
Yeah, this game I think got like an 85.
Yeah, it's quite good.
So, I'm very much looking forward to playing it. So,
all right.
I just gotta get through some of the backlog games that I have first that I started.
Yeah. But that's all I played, so go ahead, Will. Take it away.
So we're gonna do a little bit of a Far Cry hour or whatever.
Nice.
I've played and beat Far Cry New Dawn.
Hey,
So
nice.
yeah,
I will add it
thank
to the
you.
list.
So before I complain about Far Cry New Dawn, I want to start off and say I loved it. I thought it was an awesome game. I liked the world and the environment. It was cool with the color scheme that they went with. It was very colorful for being like a post-apocalyptic game. A lot of fun. It was like a condensed version of Far Cry 5.
Okay.
And I really liked that. It wasn't a massive open world. I think there was only 8 or 9 outposts in the game. Yeah, 8 or 9 outposts in the game. So like there wasn't too many outposts to do, whereas in the other games, like the map was split up by 3 parts by what family member owned it, and like they had at least 9 outposts in there. So like it was a much smaller game. There was actually surprisingly more weapons in this game than there seemed to have been in Far Cry 5, which is kind of funny. But my only complaint with the game so far has been the final boss fight with the twins was so bad.
Okay.
It was frustrating. My biggest things that I hate in video games are being attacked by dogs. Because it's always a pain. Because they come out of nowhere, they tackle you to the ground. You gotta do an annoying animation every time. You get them off. You gotta shoot them. That's annoying to begin with. My other thing that I hate most in video games is fire. Fire attacks. And in Far Cry, when you catch on fire, you do this whole big rigmarole where you lose your health like crazy. You're almost always dead. You're like patting it off your body. It's super annoying.
And they're shooting you the whole time too?
That compounded with both twins. One has a flamethrower.
Oh, geez.
The other's a sniper. In this village. So you're running, you're getting sniped, you're on fire, dogs are tackling you. I was about ready to say I'm watching the end of this game and saying I beat it because I don't think I can do that.
It sounds like it should be fun.
So part of it was I could have had some better guns. I could have had some different skills. So yeah, part of it's on me. But it was supposed to... It was frustrating. The cool thing is they gave you more than enough health packs and ammo to get this done.
Okay.
I was crafting some, so I had supplies, and there was like things you can replenish your ammo the whole time, all throughout the little village that you were fighting in. So that was at least redeemable. So I won't complain too awful much about it. And then there was another fight after that. I did hate how they tried to make one of the twins redeemable at the end. Like, no, they're terrible people. I don't know if I should spoil it, but I took the opportunity to kill the twins any chance you could. I was didn't even think about it. But overall, yeah, I love Far Cry New Dawn. I thought it was a very solid game. So this actually piqued my interest. I'm like, you know what? Why did I stop playing Far Cry 5? Because last I remembered, I liked the game a lot. Yeah. But I remember on this podcast saying I was disappointed with it. So I actually went back and started playing it, and I was like, you know what? Far Cry 5 is fun. This is a good game. It's a lot of fun. So I've actually been playing that a little bit right now with Assassin's Creed Origins. Like, those are my Xbox games. I put Kingdom Hearts on a back burner. I'll probably return to that later in the year when there's more time. But I also was like, I want to play my favorite Far Cry game, Far Cry 4.
Oh,
so nice. I downloaded it on my PC, started playing it. I'm going to wait to play it, though. I want to finish 5 before I sit down and play it on PC. But I will say my PC can't run the game on the highest graphics.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
It drops too many frames, so I'm on very high, and that's 40 consistently.
Okay, yeah, I usually have to get as close to 60 as possible. I'm usually running roughly medium with newer games like that.
I could have run it. Far Cry 4 is my favorite setting. It's got my favorite protagonist by a country mile. Yeah. It's my favorite world. They do things. That's the perfect Far Cry game, in my opinion. You didn't have to do challenges to unlock perk points too, which is one of my complaints in the new games. There's a ton of crafting, so I want to play it and I want to see the game's beautiful. The world's awesome, so I want to see it as high in settings I can. I was actually watching a YouTube video of a guy playing it in 4K, and it looks better than any game I've ever seen.
Sure.
So like it piqued my interest in wanting to run it as high as I could. And unfortunately, that's very high instead of ultra. But I will be playing Far Cry 4. It sucks though because I have so many games like cooking right now that I'm like working through. I've got Origins, I've got Far Cry 5, I've got Devil May Cry coming out at midnight, I've got Wargroove, I got Valkyria Chronicles I want to play. I'm gonna play Hollow Knight. I got Let's Go Eevee that I'm gonna try and play.
Yeah.
So I think the last game I'm gonna get for the while is maybe the Division 2, but even that might be a wait. And just work my way through these games to try and catch up because I think Crash Team Racing is the next game I'm interested in, and that's in April.
Okay, so you got some time.
Yeah, so I got some time. Actually, I'm gonna check that just to be 100% sure.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned. I'm glad you brought up the Far Cry games because one thing I wanted to mention is my company was giving away a computer for like a charity raffle. And it was an i7 9700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it was an RTX 2060. And after I built it, my boss wanted me to game on it to, test its chops a little bit.
Yeah.
And the two games I downloaded to play on it were Tom Clancy's The Division, and Far Cry 5.
Yeah, those are two really good
and
games.
It looked fabulous on both of them. Also, because it's easier to have my Uplay account for that sort of thing, because Steam, when you do that, it messes up with your family library sharing.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to mess with any of that stuff. So I use Ubisoft and Origin. Like I don't know that I have any like super modern. Oh, maybe Mass Effect Andromeda, but I never remember my Origin login info. I always have to go through a long process to reset it.
And it's a pain.
It is a pain. It's never as much of a pain with Uplay. So.
Yeah, no, you're right with Uplay. That's actually one of the only benefits for it, really.
Yeah.
So wait, let me ask you: did you finish Far Cry 5?
No, I want to say I'm like a third of the way through it.
Okay, so right now, like I did the bottom. I had all of the bottom relative done. I can't remember who it was. Something Seed. But right now, I'm in Faith Seed section, and I almost have it to the point where, like, you kill her. And then I go to the last brother up top, and then whatever happens with Joseph C., I kind of know he's in New Dawn, so, like, I'm kind of curious to see why don't you kill him in 5? I have no idea. So. Yeah. Looking at it, Dan, in April, the only game that I'm interested in is the Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age.
For Switch.
It's coming to Switch and Xbox, so I might get that. And then in May, I know you're interested in Rage 2. I don't think I'm going to get that.
I don't think I am either, only because it's not going to be on Steam. It's Uplay, right? Is it coming out of Uplay, or is it the Epic Game Store?
Epic Game Store. It is on Xbox, though.
No.
That's shooter. But so Crash Team Racing's coming out in June. So really, I've got the Final Fantasy 12, and then Crash Team Racing, and maybe if I'm feeling crazy, Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster.
Okay.
So, and then so it doesn't seem like, and then we're kind of at that point now where we're not going to get a game coming out and getting announced for April or May, probably. So.
I know I'm getting Yoshi's Crafted World. That's at the end of this month.
Yes, it is.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
I'm actually gonna pass on that for me.
Yeah, don't blame me. You're not into the From Software games.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if Eric ends up getting it, I'll play it. But I don't think I'll probably end up getting it. The Division 2, I think, is the last game for a while, and that might be a maybe. I don't know for sure because with these games as service games, you don't really know how they're gonna be. I trust Ubisoft explicitly now.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there was anything else that I actually have played. Oh, Devil May Cry. I'm so excited for Devil May Cry. That game looks amazing.
Yeah, it's reviewed really, really well. So
it's not that long. I want to say it's like maybe 15 hours, so I might be able to finish it quick.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited for it.
Nice.
But other than that, this weekend my goal is to finish Let's Go Eevee and play a little Hollow Knight. I don't know how much game time I'm actually going to get, but my goal is to at least finish Let's Go Eevee by the end of the weekend. And I finished Gym 4. I'm on my way to Gym 5, so I've got that in the Elite 4 to do. So
nice.
And then I'll be done with that and pretty much just kind of trying to work my way through my backlog. Me and my friend are actually doing completing one backlog game a month because we have so many games on there.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do. I finished Odyssey in January. I didn't complete anything in February. Then that's because I have too many games going right now. Because I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins as well, which is also an incredible game. So, I it's gonna be one of those things where I might not finish a game for a while, but I'm gonna finish a lot of them around the same time.
Yeah.
So it'll kind of even out.
Yeah.
But that's really it for me, Dan.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get into feedback, shall we? Got it called up here. I got 3 pieces. All right. So the first one is from Idaho Jake, who says, "Only thing I have is I bought Kingdoms of Amalur for Xbox One, and it's still a great game and looks good on Xbox One, and I needed to get something in for the drawing." I don't blame you, and I have it. See, my problem is I have Kingdoms of Amalur on Steam. I have it on Origin. I should get it on Xbox.
Okay.
But where it would do best for me is if it came out on the Switch, because there I would actually be able to play it, because the Switch is the only system I can actually like consistently play. With the Xbox, I feel bad about monopolizing the TV, which I've talked about.
Wait, is Amalur on Switch?
No, but that's where it should. I should say it should come to the Switch.
I was gonna say, I was like, huh, what?
No, Dragon's Dogma is coming to the Switch.
Okay.
Soon. That's one I might get for the 3rd or 4th time. So, yeah, and my PC is down here, like far away from everyone else. We have a computer upstairs, but it's all in one, and it's not doesn't do well with heavy games. So I played a little. I should say too, I played a little Civ 6 on that. Actually, when I was folding laundry, I would do my turn, and I would hit end turn, and I would fold some laundry while it was while it was calculating or whatever it was doing.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, the only problem is like folding laundry ended up taking a lot longer than it needed to.
7 hours.
Yeah, it was a little bit easier to take. It was less mind numbing than usual. So that was from Jake. Thanks, Jake. Next is from Tate, who says, "Hey fellas, hope y'all are doing well. So Anthem is getting better and better. They finally put patches out that have fixed the loot system. Made Grandmaster 1 difficulty not a huge difficulty spike from hard, and overall has made the game smoother. I gotta say, guys, this is a special game in my opinion. I'm so stoked for the new content coming out over the next few months. I've also had a hankering for a sports game recently. I usually go NCAA football 14, but I wanted something else. So I grabbed my brother's copy of NBA 2K18, and I have been doing the career mode. It has been exactly what I needed, and getting my player better and better is getting endorsements and stuff is just so satisfying. I just signed a shoe deal with Adidas, and it's just a satisfying feeling being able to do that. Plus, you get paid more money, XP, if you're wearing Adidas shoes, so that's cool. Just a nice little change, just difficult enough to keep my gaming hunger satiated. I saw a trailer for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and I gotta say it looks pretty badass, and I think that might be a day one buy for me. What are your thoughts on this game? I'm considering buying a refurbished 2DS or 3DS for fun because they can be pretty cheap now. Would you guys recommend a 2DS or a 3DS? And can you recommend a couple games I should get with it? Anyways, thanks guys, and keep up the great work. Taterade out. So yeah, take good points there. And I've heard Anthem is best too once you get to the end game parts of it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. I hear a lot of people really like the end game.
Yeah, I probably won't get there. It's only because that's just not my type of game. I wish I could get into something like that because then I wouldn't have to buy so many different games. You know?
Yeah, no, I like have a game that you just kind of settle on and play repeatedly. So you play that instead of buying everything new all the time.
Yeah, like I do. I think once my kids get older and once they get into games like this, like I can play games like that with them, but they're a little too young for that sort of stuff just yet.
Yeah.
I can imagine we'll play whatever new MMORPG comes out when it comes out when they're older. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got enough people for like a small raid, you know.
That's true.
I've got 4 kids,
You
myself
do.
and my wife. That's a team of 6.
Yeah, you could do raids for sure.
So, yeah, there's that. Try to. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to stifle my coughs as best as I can.
You're actually doing a pretty good job.
Thanks. Now my nose is starting to run too, of course. So yeah, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Yeah, me and Corey are in on that. We're definitely getting it. Probably I'm guessing he wants to buy it on Xbox, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I haven't confirmed that with him, but I'm sure he wants to have it on Xbox. So yeah, definitely into that. Me and Corey swear by the From Software Souls type games. I know this is one supposed to be different, and the deaths are supposed to be the most punishing deaths that From Software has, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually read with this game that Activision isn't letting review copies out.
At all?
No.
Really?
I just read that the other day, yeah.
Oh, it's published by Activision?
I guess so, surprisingly.
Oh.
So a lot of people, one guy said, let's see the mental gymnastics people do to make this seem okay.
Yeah.
Because it's coming from a developer everybody really trusts.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I'll be curious to see. I can't imagine this game will be bad.
Yeah. 2DS or 3DS?
Honestly, whenever playing on the 3DS, 3D is always nauseating.
Yeah.
And I never played with it on. I think mine even broke. Just go 2DS. Cheaper.
Yeah, I would get the 2DS XL even.
Yep.
They're $150 new. Plus, you get all you can get all the new games that require the new 3DS, which there's a few of them. Games, Fire Emblem.
Yep.
Any of the Fire Emblem games, I liked the first round on the 3DS. What was it? Awakening. Yep, Awakening. I like that one better than the more recent ones. Fates, yeah. But they're all good. There's a lot of remakes on there.
Yeah, there is actually.
Let's see. Mario Kart 7 is supposed to be a good one. There's
depending if you like Pokemon, there's a lush amount of good Pokemon games you can play.
Yeah, full on games for like the Wii U are getting ported to the Switch too. Like games like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is a cool puzzle game. I don't know if that's up your alley or not, Tate. But yeah, just like do a search for best 3DS or 2DS games. There's some good stuff on there.
I highly recommend.
I'm drawing a blank
Zelda.
right now because my brain is just not working. But yeah.
Actually, here, real quick.
Yeah, there's Ocarina of Time remake is on there. Corey loved that, and I know he really appreciated the 3D. I know we mentioned not getting the 3D, but Corey really liked that one. I'm trying to think of the game. Oh, Bravely Default was the game I really liked. It did get a little grindy late in the game, but I still really liked it.
So, okay, let me run through some games here. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, Mario Kart 7, Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon X and Y, Super Mario 3D Land, Super Mario Maker is on it. A Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, Pokemon Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire. There's Super Smash Brothers on it. The Fire Emblem games, there's Fates, Awakening, and Echoes as well.
I forgot about Echoes.
Shovel Knight, which you can get on a lot of other things, but the Bravely Default games too, Kid Icarus Uprising, Persona Q2. There's a lot of really good games for it.
Monster Hunter. Obviously, Chill brings up.
Monster Hunter is on there. Once again, if you're into Pokemon, you can get all the old Pokemon games. Oh, real quick. Do you think Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Crystal, Gold, and Silver will ever come to the Switch?
Oh, I don't know. Has there been any word of porting like old Game Boy games?
There hasn't been, but I just was curious if that would be something that you think they would ever do.
I mean, I don't see why not. Maybe they'll go on the Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, God. That's a quick aside, but I wanted to bring it up last episode, but I forgot.
Yeah.
So this just jogged my memory.
So yeah, there's plenty of good stuff. That I would definitely look into getting. 2DS XL would be my pick. The convenient thing about that is the normal 2DS is like really huge too.
Yeah.
The 2DS XL is big, but it folds up nicely. It'll fit in your pocket. It'll fit in dude pockets. Maybe not a woman's pockets. I think that was a complaint for it. But if you carry like a backpack or whatever to work, it always fit in my pocket because I always seem to have huge pockets, which is good because I always have a huge phone and a fat wallet, which is not full of money. It's just a fat wallet. You know. So that was from Tate. Thank you, Tate. The next is from Alex. We haven't heard from Alex in a while.
Mm-hmm.
He says, this is Michael Scott. I want you to think about it long and hard. Dwight. That's what she said. Michael, don't you dare. That was from the episode where he burned his foot, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it was.
Good stuff.
I'm actually pretty rusty on The Office. I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Yeah, see, me and my wife just restarted it maybe a week ago.
Yeah.
Watching a couple episodes. The only problem is we fall asleep, like, usually during the first or second episode that we watch it.
Yeah.
So, he says, hey guys, it's been so long. I took a job in management at a hospital pathology lab. So I have about 200 podcasts I need to catch up on, but I can't because of work, which is the worst. I haven't listened to all your beautiful voices in so long. Currently playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Great game. I'm really enjoying it. GameCube's best games for me would have to be Bloody Roar series, Beautiful Joe, and best of them all, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I love you guys and hope the best for all of you, Alex. Thanks, Alex. Very much appreciated. And that's actually why I stopped listening to podcasts. I had my job that I worked at for like 15 years. I listened to podcasts 8 hours a day, every single day. Podcasts, audiobooks, all that stuff. And then once I wasn't working there anymore, I didn't have an opportunity to listen to that stuff anymore. So
yeah,
it's unfortunate because that's one of my favorite things to do. But there's just no time now.
One of the only benefits to having like an actual drive is being able to listen to podcasts. And I'll say this quietly so everybody in the house isn't here, but I love when no one's home and I cook food and meal prep because I can play podcasts for like that hour.
Nice.
And nobody says anything to me.
Nice.
So that yeah, like podcasts are integral to my life. So I worry for a time where I won't be able to listen to them as much.
Yeah. So thanks, Alex. That was super nice, too, by the way. All right, well, you ready for game giveaway?
Yeah, I am ready. Just talking Pokemon in the chat.
Nice.
So the winner is number 1.
Number 1, that's Jake.
Jake, big winner. I'm actually considering subscribing to Humble monthly for a little bit to bolster our games again.
Yep,
some more games
starting
in there.
to get a little bit depleted.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of the really bad games keep coming up, so it feels like we're getting low.
Well, all the good games get picked.
All 10 of them that were in there. Because, like, I saw one month, like, Hollow Knight was in there. The Division. City Skylines. Dead Island.
And I do know I've got to get caught up on these two, by the way. So go ahead, Will.
Just Cause. Okay, so 12 is the first one.
12 is Contagion. We've got a couple copies of that.
Next, 22.
22 is 22 is Neighbors from Hell compilation. Don't know anything about that one.
114.
114 is The Bridge.
Okay. 56.
56. 56 is gone.
Okay.
Reroll.
131.
131. Toki Tori 2 Plus. And one more game.
97.
97. The Walking Dead Season 2. So your choices are Contagion, Neighbors from Hell compilation, The Bridge, Tokitori 2 Plus, and The Walking Dead Season 2. So let us know what you want. We'll get that to you. I know I'm behind on games. I will get caught up as soon as we can. Yeah, next week's episode, we don't know what we're going to do. It might be episode 400 pre-show where we recap some of our top 10 lists, but we really have no idea at this point. We will let you know.
Yeah, if people think the pre-show is a good idea, where we recap some of them, because at least the last year or the last time we did it, or yeah, I don't know what else we could really do.
Yeah, we still have to do the Life is Strange season 2, episode 2.
I know I could get that in probably by next week.
Okay, so if we decide to do that, we could do that.
Yeah, I can take the mantle for that one.
Okay. Sounds good. So, but we'll have a topic for you. I do want to say, too, that I know my wife and I have not done rookie camp the past few Sunday nights, but we are planning on doing one this Sunday night. Our kids have been sick. Everyone in this house has been sick for the most part, so except for her. Knock on wood. Hopefully she doesn't get it. But we are planning on getting back to that Sunday. She was actually supposed to be on this episode to talk about her February games, but we'll have her on next week. And one of these weeks I'm going to start my my Conquering Mario series. Hopefully at some point. Things have got to calm down a little bit first. So, that being said, that'll do it for episode 398 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
And I'm Will.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.